Well, it's really, really hard to start an episode after such a spanking. But I'm gonna go ahead and try anyway. We lost 3-0, let's just start with that. And oh yeah, that was deserved. Oh yes. Don't make any excuses about our first half, about that Dybala got sent off and that's why we lost 3-0. No. This goes way deeper than just tonight's performance. This goes all the way back to Vinovo, our training ground, and what we do there. I honestly believe that the whole Italian football system is so outdated. Italian football is still on that same old tactical approach. We are overthinking our tactics, our strategy. Yes, of course, you gotta have some strategy in mind, but first of all, this is football. You play with the ball, and what you do with the ball, that's all that matters. Apparently, Italy are still somewhere in the 70s or 80s or even 90s, where we're thinking about defense. And Allegri is a part of that history, of that past. And why do I think that? Well, just see today's game, for example. We have players like Bentancur, Douglas Costa, Dybala, who else? Even Marchisio, even Pjanic. Those guys can do some great things with the ball. But as long as Allegri doesn't tell them what to do with the ball when you receive it, how do you connect with other players? How do you finish off? How do you open up spaces for each other? How do you shoot? How do you create chances? Then you will never ever win the big titles. Like Champions League, Scudetto was just a joke in comparison. So for me, this was just a confirmation of that we are way behind in our training, how we do things, what we do with the ball, how we purchase players, who we buy. We bought Blaise Matuidi. Why? Not to bring the ball forward, because he's not able to do that, but to break down the opposition. He's just an upgraded, very upgraded version of Stefano Sturaro, basically. And guess what? He started on the bench tonight. So we actually didn't need him against Real Madrid, apparently. Confusion, lack of communication, we have a lot of issues, and I don't care that we lost 3-0, I don't care that we're basically out of the Champions League. Come on, let's be real. Without Dybala going to Santiago Bernabeu with 3-0 down, let's be real, we are out of the Champions League. And Buffon, I feel bad for the guy, but this is what you get when you're just stuck in the same place for over 2-3 years. Evolve. That's what we need to do. And that won't happen with Allegri unless we bring in some players who can actually do this for him. That he actually have no choice but to start playing attacking football, trying to figure out how to score goals, instead of just buying a striker for 90 million euros and saying that's it, he will score our goals. Dybala will create something for him and he will score. I don't care how, but he is a great striker, so he will figure something out. This is what it looks like to me. Offensively. Defensively we are fine most of the time, but sometimes we have some meltdowns, like Ronaldo's first goal. There was miscommunication. Chiellini and Barzagli just went into meltdown after 4 minutes. And this is our great guys, our defense. Greatest defensive team in the world. Pfft, what a joke. So no, that didn't work either. So in my opinion, we should have never started with Andrea Barzagli. We should have played with Daniele Rugani. But it's Allegri's choice. And it pisses me off. Really it doesn't, I'm just disappointed. I'm just really disappointed and I'm tired. And I'm not gonna do the I told you so speech. But I'm gonna say only one thing. Remember after the Tottenham game, and after the Lazio game, and after the Milan game, I told you, sooner or later, we will be exposed. Sooner or later, our approach and our clueless offensive tactics will be exposed. There you go, 3-0 at Allianz Stadium, at home. So you welcome. But I gotta say, guys, Cristiano Ronaldo, he is the best. He is top shelf. That second goal, that overhead kick. Oh, now that is what I'm looking for from Juve. Imagine Higuaín doing that. Never gonna happen. Imagine Dybala doing that. Never gonna happen. Why? Because they are not good enough. They are not trained to do this kind of things. Unfortunately, no, and that's why I wrote on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, please follow me there. I wrote that Dani Alves, you can hate on him. You can hate on him as much as you want, but he told the truth to Dybala. He will never become a better footballer with the ball while he's playing at Juve, as long as we do this stupid tactical and defensive approaches. He needs to go somewhere else where he can be evolved, when he can play with the guys who know what to do with the ball. He can connect with them offensively. Unfortunately, there is just too much offensive responsibility on him, and he often fails, like he did tonight. Unfortunately, he got that red card. It's his own fault. He dived, he got a yellow. His second challenge, yeah, I don't know if it was yellow, but that referee was clueless anyway, so yeah, there you go. And you guys will tell, yes, he will learn from this. He's just a young kid, but you know what? By the time he learns from every mistake he's done, he will be 30. We are miles behind Barcelona, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, even Tottenham. Yes, Tottenham. They were much better offensively than we were. We got lucky. We got lucky. Allegri masterclass, whatever. No, we got lucky. It's not because we were good. That's because they were bad. And I said it to you guys. Count your blessings. We will be spanked sooner or later. But come on, let's go to the player ratings, and yeah, it doesn't make any difference anyway. And I'm sorry, Gigi, I have to give you 5. 3 goals conceded. Second goal, partially your fault because you made a meal out of it with Chiellini. First goal, communication skills lacking. Clearly not your fault primarily, but still I feel that since you are the captain, you should have commanded that. Let's go for Azamua. I actually think he did okay. He was one of our better players, if you could call it that. So 6 for him from me personally. Chiellini, well, I think that he was a part of that miscommunication with Barzagli for the opening goal. I also think that he missed a sitter in the first half. I don't care if he was surprised or what did he do, I don't know, but he needs to score on these occasions, on these big nights. I don't care if he scores against Sassuolo or against Crotone. I need him to score against Real Madrid. He didn't. He had a great chance. He didn't. And also the second goal was his fault. So yeah, I don't know. I'm torn between 4 and a 5. Really? For the heck of it. I'll give him a 4. Barzagli, I would also like to give him a 4, just very poor. For the opening goal, his fault also. And yeah, I don't know, he just stood and watched while Cristiano Ronaldo was allowed to make that leap for the overhead kick. Of course, Cristiano is from another planet, but still, at least try. De Sciglio, well, poor De Sciglio, he got schooled by Isco for the opening goal. Yeah, okay throughout, but nothing really impressive. So, come on, I'll give him a 5, maybe even a 6. Come on, I'll give him a 5. Alexandro, well, I don't know. I think he just caught in between doing something offensively and doing everything defensively. So no clear instructions for him. I think he got a bit confused for all I care. So, I don't know, 6 for Alexandro. Khedira was actually one of our best, if not the best player out there. Unfortunately, that didn't help us very much in the end. But for Khedira, 7. I think he did very well. One of his best, if not the best game of the season from him, apart from those crazy nights against Sassuolo and Udinese. Bentancur does something that Pjanic will never ever think of doing. And he's only 20 years old. Imagine if he gets playing time at Juventus, but he will not, because he's not accustomed to Italian football. What a bunch of BS. Look at what he did today. Why don't you switch that tactic around and try to use both Bentancur and Pjanic if you really need to play Pjanic all the time? Forget about Matuidi, forget about Khedira. Switch it around, be creative offensively. So for Bentancur, I gotta hand it to him. I will give him a 7. Yes, sloppy plenty of times, but I see some greatness in that kid. Douglas Costa, well, he got exposed by Marcelo after 5 or 6 minutes. They know each other very well from the Brazilian national team, so it was no surprise to me that he was very poor tonight. He never ever switched to the left wing, and that pissed me off actually. He was very quiet, lots of bad passes, lots of bad dribbling, created absolutely nothing for us, so I'm sorry, I will have to give you a 4. So tonight you were very poor. And this is not only your fault, but also Allegri's for failing to rotate, for being creative offensively. I was surprised that he was still on the right flank in the second half. Should have been switched to the left as soon as we got out for the second half. And then we'll go to Dybala. Paulo Dybala, you are some strange guy. You try a lot, yes, you want a lot. Unfortunately, our tactics limit you. They do. We can't allow you to have a freedom offensively. We can't allow you to have some teammates around you that can help you going forward. You are basically on your own. And you're trying, man. I see that. You're trying, but rarely it works. Tonight, it didn't work either. And the red card, well, that's on you as well. Stupid dive. Why? Because you got carried away. Again. And how many times are we gonna say that you need to learn from this? 5. And that's very generous from me. 5. I'm sorry, Pepita. You weren't impressive today either. Huge game, huge Champions League night. We needed you. You were invisible. You helped your teammates. Yes, fair enough. But that was only when we building up our play. You need to be there in the box. And we need to help you finish those chances. But again, this is on Allegri. This is our approach. We don't know how to do that. Napoli do. That's why you scored tons of goals there, because they know how to create chances. We don't. So 5. So there you go. 3-0, fully deserved. I gotta hand it to Cristiano, great player from another planet, one of the greats. But we allowed that to happen. We allowed it. And yes, we were better than them for the bigger part of the first half. But still, we didn't score. Because we don't know how to do that against good sides. We got lucky against Tottenham, and this is where it got us. Yep, good times, huh? But on the positive note, Bentancur, huh? What a player, watch out. Or, how much can we sell him for?